Good morning, my dear students. In today's class, we will be learning one of the important lessons of the ninth standard called here the Union Government. So, in this lesson, we will be learning Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, their structure, membership, qualifications, and functions of these houses, functions of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So later we are going to learn the election of the president, election procedure of the president, and his qualifications and powers of the president. Later, the Prime Minister, who is the real executive of the nation, about Prime Minister and his functions. See, in today's class, we will be learning Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha and their structure, membership, and qualifications are required to become the member of Rajya Sabha and afterwards Lok Sabha, and the functions of both the states, both the houses. And the election procedure of the president, and also the qualifications are required to become the president of India, and also his powers of the president. Later we are going to learn the Prime Minister and his functions. Okay, so let's move on to the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. And we have already known that India has federal form of a government, and also it is a union of states. India is a union of states here, and we have given more powers to the central government in with the view of security and unity of the nation. When means nothing but during the emergencies here. See, during the emergency time here, we are going to give more powers to the central government. Why means nothing but, so in the view of security of the nation and also unity of the nation. And it exercises these powers. Exercises these powers through the organs of the government. Which are the organs of the government means nothing but legislature, executive, and judiciary. So through these organs of the government, the central government exercises these powers here. Okay, so let's move on the union legislature. Okay, union legislature. So it is also known as here parliament. It is also known as parliament here. Okay, and we have already known that here India has adopted the parliamentary form of a government here. India has adopted what kind of government means parliamentary form of a government here, and the union legislature is also called here parliament. The union legislature is also called parliament here, and Article 79. Which article here? Article 79. See, tells about the creation of the parliament. Tells about the creation of parliament. It tells about the creation of the parliament here. And this union parliament or union legislature has two houses here. So one is called here upper house, another one is lower house. And which is called here upper house means nothing but Rajya Sabha. See, Rajya Sabha is called upper house of the parliament, and Lok Sabha is called the lower house of the parliament here. So let's move on. The upper house called a Rajya Sabha. I already told this lesson we are going to learn about Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha and their structure, membership, qualifications and functions here. Now let us study about Rajya Sabha, which is also known as upper house, okay, and house of elders, and the permanent body of the parliament here. Okay, and the Rajya Sabha is known as here upper house and house of elders and also the permanent body here. Okay, and here see when we come to the Rajya Sabha, I have already told it is a house of elders here. Got it? And the number of seats, the number of members is nothing but here we are going to see 250 members here in the Rajya Sabha. How many members here? The number of members, that is 250. See, among this 250, out of 250, 238 members. Among 250 here, 238 members are elected. 238 members are elected by the, whom is nothing but by the state assemblies and the union territories. See, so the 238 among 250 here, 238 members are elected by the all state assemblies, members of the state assemblies and union territories here. Okay, the remaining 12 members. The remaining 12 members are nominated by the president. Nominated. How many members here? 12 members are nominated by the president who are experts in the various fields here. So the 12 members are experts in the various fields like science and technology, arts, literature, okay, like etc. See that who are experts in the that fields here, various fields, they are nominated by the president here. Okay, so then here 238 plus 12, it becomes 250 members here. See the number of seats of the Rajya Sabha, that is 250 here. Okay, and when we come to their term of office, term of office, that is 6 years. Okay, we had here 6 years duration. So here, and because of this reasons only, and also we are going to call it a permanent body. Why it means nothing but here 1/3 of its members. Okay, it means nothing but among the 250 members here. See that 1/3 of its members retired. Okay, retired on the completion of 6 years. Retired on the completion of 6 years every 2 years. Every 2 years. And also it cannot be dissolved. And also the Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved here. Okay. So because of that reasons we are going to call it is a permanent body here. It cannot be dissolved here. Which cannot be dissolved? The Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved. So because of that reasons we are going to call it a permanent body, and 1/3 of its members retired on the completion of 6 years every 2 years here. Okay. And what are the qualifications required to become the member of the Rajya Sabha here? Okay, term of office is 6 years. Okay, and when you come to the qualifications here, what are the qualifications required to become the member of the Rajya Sabha? Okay, the qualifications required. See, first, what is the qualification? He should be a citizen of India. He should be a citizen of India. So not only for the member of the Rajya Sabha, say member of the Lok Sabha, and to become the Prime Minister, to become the President, okay, whatever post it may be here. So he should be a citizen of India. Got it? That is the first qualification. What should be a citizen of India. The next one is here, should not be less than 30 years. Not less than 30 years. And the member should not be less than 30 years. Means nothing but he should have completed 30 years of age. Not less than 30 years. More than 30 years, okay, but not less than the 30 years. Okay. And third one is, should not have been punished under the law. He should not have been punished under the law. See, he should not have been punished under the law here. Who? The member of the to become the member of the Rajya Sabha here. So he should not have been punished under the law here. Okay, that is one. And another one is here. Should not be a person of unsound mind. Unsound mind. See, the person, or he should not be a person of unsound mind here. Okay, he should be healthy. And also, he should possess. What he should possess means nothing but he should possess the qualifications. He should possess the qualifications specified from time to time by Parliament. See here, he should possess the qualifications. What qualifications he should possess means nothing but which are specified from time to time. Which of the qualifications specified from time to time by the parliament here. So that qualification should be possessed by the member of the Rajya Sabha here. So these are the qualifications required to become the member of the Rajya Sabha. So once again I will say, see, he or she should be a citizen of India, and he or she should not less than 30 years, not have been punished under the law, and not be a person of unsound mind, and he should have possessed the qualifications specified from time to time by parliament. So these are the qualifications required to become the member of the Rajya Sabha here. And who is the chairman of this Rajya Sabha? And who plays a role, chairman role in the Rajya Sabha means nothing but the Vice President of India. Who? The Vice President. See, the Vice President is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha here. Who is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha here? The Vice President is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. And also, every 2 years, he should meet at least twice a year. It means such sessions. I am talking about sessions here. It should meet twice in a year. Okay. And in that 1/10, it means nothing but 25 members. 1/10, it means nothing but 25 members should be present. 25 members should be present where means nothing but during the sessions of the Rajya Sabha. During the sessions of the Rajya Sabha, how many members should be present? It means nothing but 1/10. It means nothing but 25 members should be present during the sessions of the Rajya Sabha, and it should meet at least twice in a year. So at least twice, it means sessions, 2 sessions they have to complete within a year. Okay, so these are the highlights of Rajya Sabha. So what we have studied here, Rajya Sabha, and the number of seats of the Rajya Sabha, and term of office, and what are the qualifications to needed to become the member of the Rajya Sabha. So next we move on to one more house, that is Lok Sabha. See, one more house of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha. And also I have told here, it is also known as here what? The lower house of the parliament, and the house of people. It is also called here house of people, and it is also known as temporary body house. It is also known as temporary body, a lower house, house of people, and temporary body here. Okay, and I have told it is a house of the people. Why it is called the house of the people means because the members of the Lok Sabha are elected by the people. So they are directly elected by the people. So because of this reasons, Lok Sabha is called here house of people, because the members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the directly elected by the people. Because of that reason, it is called house of people. So when we come to the seats of the strength of the Lok Sabha means nothing but, see, our number of seats are maximum number of seats, that is 545. Maximum number of seats in the Lok Sabha, that is 545, See, out of this 543 members. See, 543 members are directly elected by the people. Directly elected. Directly elected by the. See, out of 545, 543 members are directly elected by the people here. Okay. The remaining two members are nominated. Are nominated by the president. And the two members are here Anglo-Indians. Means nothing but two Anglo-Indians. See, 543 directly elected by the people. The remaining two are called here Anglo-Indians, and they are nominated by the president here. See, among these 545 here, 79 seats. But here 79 seats are reserved for SC. Reserved for SC candidates here. Okay. How many seats here? 79 seats reserved for SC. And also here 41 seats reserved for ST. 41 seats reserved for ST here. Okay. See, 545 is the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha. Among that, 543 members are directly elected by the people. The remaining two members were the Anglo-Indians. They are nominated by the president. See, 79 seats reserved for SC people and 41 seats reserved for ST people here. Okay. This is the strength of the Lok Sabha. When we come to the term of office of the Lok Sabha members, that is term of office. Term of office of the Lok Sabha members, that is 5 years. See, Rajya Sabha members 6 years. Here Lok Sabha members 5 years. And here I have told Lok Sabha is dissolved. Lok Sabha can be dissolved by the president here. It can be dissolved also here. But Rajya Sabha, it cannot be dissolved. That's why it is called a permanent body. And I told Lok Sabha is called temporary body. Why means nothing but it can be dissolved here. Okay, it can be dissolved. See, president may dissolve the Lok Sabha, okay, on the recommendation of Prime Minister. See, on the recommendation of Prime Minister here, president may dissolve the Lok Sabha within the term of 5 years. Within the term of 5 years, it can be dissolved. It can be dissolved by the president here. Okay. And but during the emergencies, during the emergency period, the term may be extended. The term may be extended nearly 1 year. Okay. The term may be extended for 1 year. When is during the emergencies. During the emergencies, the term of the Lok Sabha can be extended for 1 year. Okay. So this is about the term of office of the Lok Sabha. Next, what are the qualifications required to become the member of Lok Sabha? Okay, qualifications required. What are the qualifications required? First one, I told already, he or she should be the citizen of India. Should be the citizen of India Okay, and he should not be less than 25 years. Not be less than, not be less than 25 years of age. Okay, there in the Rajya Sabha 30, not be less than 30 years, but here 25 years. The remaining all, what I told here, is not hold any office of profit. Is not hold any office of profit under the government, and he should not be a person of unsound mind, and also he should not have been punished under the law, and he should possess the qualifications specified from time to time by the parliament. The remaining all qualifications are same. Okay, and what the Rajya Sabha members require, except what here age, except age here, the remaining all qualifications are same here in the Lok Sabha and also as well as in the Rajya Sabha. Remaining all same here, and one more is he should not he should not hold any office of profit under the government here. So that one also here. So these are the qualifications. Once again, I will say he should not be, he should be the citizen of India, and he should not be less than 25 years, and he should not hold any office of profit under the government, and he should not be a person of unsound mind, and he should not have been punished under the law here, and he should possess the qualifications specified from time to time by the parliament. So these are the qualifications required to become the president of, required to become the member of the Lok Sabha here. Okay. Then here the Lok Sabha, head of the Lok Sabha is nothing but here speaker, head of the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, that is vice president. Here who is nothing but head of the Lok Sabha, that is here speaker. Okay, and here speaker and deputy speaker will be speaker and deputy speaker. How the vice president and president here. So like in the Lok Sabha also we are going to see speaker and afterwards deputy speaker. Okay. See, speaker and deputy speaker will be elected among the members of the Lok Sabha here. Among their members only, they are going to select one as speaker, another one as a deputy speaker here. So one more is here, speaker has to impartially conduct the proceedings, proceedings of the house. He should conduct the proceedings of the house impartially here. Okay, impartially he has to conduct the proceedings of the house. So next, third one is here, when bill get equal number of votes, the bill will be passed in the Lok Sabha. So if it get equal number of votes means nothing but, then who will keep the deciding vote means nothing but the speaker is going to keep the deciding vote here. Okay, so on the base of that here, so we are going to choose the party to rule the what country here. Okay, if the what here, the bill, see bill what we pass in the Lok Sabha, so the bill should become what here, afterwards it will become a law here. Okay, and that bill will be, if it get equal number of votes means nothing but here, then if it is equal number of votes means, then who will keep the deciding vote means nothing but the speaker will keep the deciding vote. On the base of that, it will become a law here afterwards. Then it will be passed later to the signature of or approval of the president. Okay. And afterwards, deputy speaker. I told what is the role of the deputy speaker here means nothing but. So deputy speaker will conduct the meetings in the absence of speaker here. If the speaker becomes absent because of healthy or any other reasons here, then deputy speaker will conduct the meetings here or proceedings of the house. Okay. And these are the highlights of here Lok Sabha. And what we learned here is that Lok Sabha is also called here lower house. It is also called a house of people. Why means nothing but the members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people here. So because of that reasons, they are going to call it a house of people here. And why it is also called temporary body? Why means nothing but it can be dissolved by the president on the recommendation of a prime minister here. Okay. And also when the ruling party, how the ruling party is important, like that opposition party is also very important here. Then what is the role of that opposition party here? What is the role of the leader of the opposition party? See, role of the role and work also. Role and work of the opposite leader. Role and work of the opposite leader here. Opposition party leader. Then what is the work and role of that opposition leader? See, he or she highlight the wrongdoings of the ruling party here. What is the main work means nothing but they are highlighting the what? Wrongdoings. Highlighting the wrongdoings of the ruling government or ruling party here. See, what is there? First word means nothing but highlighting the wrongdoings. Highlighting the wrongdoings of the ruling party here. So next, they examine the policies of the government. Policies of the government thoroughly. And also they examine, what means they examine the policies of the government. They examine the policy, what are the policies established or brought into existence here. What are the policies were examined by the this ruling opposite leaders thoroughly here. See, they examine the policies of the government thoroughly. The third one is here. They keep the government, government council of ministers, and officials alert. And they keep the government council of ministers and officials alert. Means nothing but they have to work very attentively here. They have to work very attentively. Always they should be alert. So otherwise they are going to highlight the wrongdoings of the ruling government here. So whatever the work they have to, they are going to do here. So they should do very attentively here. Okay. Otherwise, who is waiting means nothing but the ruling opposite leader is waiting to highlight their wrong doings here. Okay. And also, he has a respectable position in the legislature. Even he also having the respectable position. Opposition leader is also having the respectable position in the legislature also here. So these are the role and work of the opposite leader. What means highlighting the wrongdoings of the ruling government here, and examine the policies of the government thoroughly, and keep the government council of ministers officials alert. And he is also having the respectable position in the legislature. So this is about Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So now let's move on the powers and functions of the parliament. Which are the powers and functions of the parliament here? Powers and functions of the powers and functions of the parliament. So which are the powers the parliament have means nothing but here. One is legislative powers. See, legislative powers. See, another one is here administrative powers. Third one is financial powers, and powers to amend constitution, powers to amend constitution, and third one for last one is other powers. So these are the powers and functions of the parliament here. So let's see the legislative powers of the parliament. What are the legislative powers of the parliament? Let's see here. So the main function of the parliament is, what is the main function of the parliament means nothing but to make laws, and mention which of the subjects mentioned in the central list, which of the subjects mentioned in the central list here. The base of that it is going to make the laws here. So that is the main function of the parliament here. That comes under the legislative powers. And which is the another one means nothing but the financial bill. What is bill here? The financial bill is presented only in the Lok Sabha. The financial bill is presented in the only Lok Sabha, and other bills can be presented, okay, in either house. It means either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, but only the financial bill what presented only in the Lok Sabha. Okay, and when we come to the another point here, when there is disagreement between the houses, regarding a bill, the president may call for joint session and he can resolve it. When means nothing but when there is a disagreement between the houses, then who can solve it means nothing but the president may enter, and afterwards he can call for a joint session and he can resolve it here. Okay. The later here, after the passing of the bill, it is forwarded to the president for his approval here. When the bill passes from the two houses to whom here the president here, then president for his approval here. Okay. After that only it becomes law. After the approval of the president only, the bill will become law here. Okay. So these are the legislative powers of the parliament here. Okay. Next we go to here administrative powers of the parliament. So what are the administrative powers of the parliament? Means nothing but in the parliamentary, and also we have known the India has parliamentary form of a government also. So in the parliamentary form of government here, the prime minister and his council of ministers, prime minister and his council of ministers form what here? The executive. What they form here? They form the executive. Who means nothing but the prime minister and his council of ministers form what here? The executive. Next, the Union Cabinet is accountable to the Parliament here. Which one? The Union Cabinet. It is accountable to the Parliament here. Later, the Parliament has control over the executive here. Okay, who has the control on the what cabinet means nothing but control on the executive means nothing but the Parliament has the control of the executive here. So these are the administrative powers of the Parliament here. So later, very important one, that is financial powers. Okay, I have already told Lok Sabha has complete control over this powers. Okay, financial bill also we can call here. See, who has the complete control on this means nothing but Lok Sabha has complete control on this thing. Okay, and here government cannot levy any tax or spend money without the approval of the Lok Sabha. See, to spend the money or to levy the tax, whose permission is required is nothing but Lok Sabha permission is mandatory here. So without the permission of the Lok Sabha, the government cannot cannot levy any tax or to spend money here. So its permission is mandatory here. That is second one. Next, financial bill is introduced only in the Lok Sabha. I have already told here the financial bill will be introduced only in the Lok Sabha here. And the Rajya Sabha should give its consent on the bill within 14 days here. Okay. So after the Lok Sabha, the bill will sent to Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha should give its consent within 14 days of the period here. Okay. Otherwise, they are going to think here it will be granted. Within the 14 days, it has to give the consent. Otherwise, they will think it will be granted here. Got it? And the later only it's sent to President for his approval. I have already told here. So after the agreement, after the acceptance of the both houses here, the bill will be sent to signature of the or approval of the President here. The President, after the approval of the President, the bill will become law here. So this is about the financial powers of the Parliament. The later we go to powers to amend the Constitution. Amendment. Okay. Means corrections, doing the corrections or corrections in the laws or bills, whatever it may be. See, here both houses have equal powers to amend the Constitution. To amend the Constitution, both houses here, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, has equal powers to amend the Constitution here. Okay, next, if only one house approves for the amendment, the other one doesn't, then amendment cannot be carried out here. I told already, both houses can do the amendment here, amendment of the Constitution here. So if one house is not accepted means nothing but it cannot be carried out here. Okay, both houses having the power to amend the Constitution here. Okay, next, in some cases the approval of the state assemblies is also essential here. So in some cases here, the approval of the state assemblies is also essential here. So these are the powers to amend the Constitution. So later we go to here other powers of the Parliament. Which are the other powers of the Parliament? Means nothing but to frame laws relating to the powers and jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and High Court. It one, to frame the laws relating to the powers and functions of the Supreme Court and High Court, and to establish one High Court for the two or more states here. Establishing the one High Court for two or more states, and also to create a new state, rename them, or to determine the boundaries of the states also comes under the powers of the Parliament here. And to discuss the reports of committees, for example here, public service commissions, okay, finance commissions, and election commission, and backward classes commissions. So their reports, discussing the reports of that commissions here. And finally, to approve the declaration of emergencies here. To approve the declaration of the emergencies. It means nothing but the emergency means nothing but the national emergency or state emergency and financial emergency. To approval of that emergency is also one of the powers of the parliament here. What? To approve the declaration of the emergencies like a national, state and financial emergencies here. Okay. So these are the powers and functions of the parliament. So in this class we have studied about Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha and the structures, membership and their qualifications and functions, and later we have studied the powers and functions of the parliament also. The remaining part of this lesson will be studied in the next class.